Have you ever left a review of a place you've stayed and it's been negative, then been contacted by the owner to change it? Well, I have, and this is a place I stayed. I decided to stay here at Casa Mexicana, which isn't too bad in appearance. It's a Mexican-themed motel. In the kitchen, you can see that we are generously supplied with sugar and sea loin tea, and as of course everyone knows, my favourite instant coffee. Toilet roll holder in the kitchen. Overall, the place doesn't feel dirty, but it does feel musty, and there's been a musty smell the entire time. All these patches have been done, and the stove is rusty. It's been used a bit, fair enough. But this behind it, now I don't know what that is, but that's an unknown and undiscovered substance. And I don't think if I put that in my mouth it would be very safe. And if you look further down behind the cooktop thing, you can see grime and yuckiness. We were not alone last night. This motel unit came with its very own pets, which you can feed if you like. Many of them. Just absolutely tons of pets. All around. Seem to be having lots of fun. Look at that. Right in there. And if you look a little bit closer, there's marks on the lights, and what's that up there? That looks like fun. There's just dirt and grime everywhere. In the bathroom, there's other guests here that remains. That's lovely. It reminds you that people are here before you. There's some more of that lovely hair there. And there's marks that are suspiciously just below where the toilet paper roll holder is. Wonder what those marks could be. Oh, it's very mustardy in here. Mustardy green. Lovely. The owner of the motel rang me to ask if everything was okay, and if it was, to leave a positive review. Think of the motel experience at Casa Mexicana. Great. Did you enjoy the ants and having lots of little friends with you in the evening?
Absolutely.
Overall, it was a cheap motel at only about $100 a night, so not super expensive, but maybe perhaps not the best. Before we head back to Auckland, it's time to get a little bit of brunch, and we're going to be having brunch in this place here, the Refinery, which has coffee, food and lodging, although I'm not too sure about the lodging part. Anyway, let's cross the road. A sandwich with meat in it, and what did you get, Connor?
Beef burger.
So what did you think of that breakfast, Connor? Okay, so here's a war memorial lookout in Paeroa. This looks out over Paeroa. But yeah, there's a little bit more of Paeroa. After my stay, the owner rang me and asked me to leave a 5-star review for the motel room. I sort of said I was going to do it, and then a day or two later I actually decided that I wouldn't leave a review, and I texted the owner and I said, look, I'm not going to leave a positive review because there were ants and the place was generally untidy. And then Booking.com, which is how I booked the motel, messaged me and said, would you like to leave a review? And I decided to do that. And I was honest. I said that there were ants and the place was untidy. The owner then read that review, then rang me again to berate me and to say that it was unfair to make excuses. He made excuses. He said that it was normal for ants to be in a hotel room and that it must have been something I had done because I'd left food out. And yet I've stayed in many motels in Paeroa, and I even lived there for a number of years, and there was never an ant problem. It was only at that motel. So the guy rang me to get me to change or take down a review. There was no offer of a free stay or anything like that. He just wanted me to change it. It almost felt like I was being bullied into changing the review, and I think this explains all the positive reviews on Booking.com with only a few negative reviews because the guy is so onto it. But do not stay at this motel because it was pretty dirty overall. I mean, it wasn't like disgustingly dirty, but it was generally untidy. The maintenance on the motel was pretty poor. The room had a really horrible, musty smell, which wouldn't even go away after opening all the doors and windows. There was noisy plumbing in the evening, which was very distracting. There were ants. It wasn't that nice overall. And honestly, I think you could do a lot better. Anyway, that's a short video about the Casa Mexicana Motel in Paeroa. I'll be back with more videos soon. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.